If it wasn't for those hunters like that, we wouldn't be where we are today.
The price of liberty is not cheap.
I really don't know much about what any of the rest of the family did for a living, but I know that my mom tells when she was a girl that her mother would send, never had money except just one payday to the next, and she'd send for a quarter's worth of potatoes or a quarter's worth of, and sometimes that quarter's all she had to maybe it was potatoes that time for the meal and something else the next time. And she talks about they didn't have electricity or gas. I don't think many Northerners had gas like, or gas lights like Oklahoma had. But
didn't have gas, natural gas like
that's
we
right. But she tells about when electricity did come in, when she was in her teenage years, that they'd go down and put a coin every night. I guess at dark they'd go down and have to put nickel or whatever it was to get, and then it just lasted for so many till bedtime, I suppose.
Depending how much you used it, so many kilowatts.
Well, but it just lasted long enough from till it got dark to bedtime, and you went to bed. Everybody went to bed early, or read by lamps.
Coal oil lamp.
Yeah, or candles. You know, a lot of people just had things with candles.
I was thinking about my grandparents' Gates. They eventually moved down to Calumet, Oklahoma, on a 80-acre farm down there. And they did not get electricity into that area of the farmers till after World War II, which would be sometime after 1945. I don't know just what year, but they had no electric till after 45. As a boy, while I was growing up, a young boy, we didn't have no electric either. We burnt wood or coal for cooking or heating. We had coal oil lamps. And I guess I was probably around 9 or 10 years old. We moved into a house that had water inside, plumbing, a bathtub, electricity. We really come up out of the ancient times to modern times. Two places in particular memory we lived close to the colored people. Just kind of thought maybe I might be one of them. We lived around them so much. It's 2 or 3 different places we lived in when I was a child, and Negroes would be on one side of the street or the next block, and we was across the street or the next block, but they never bothered us. We got along with them. But the world got along a lot better in those days. There was crime and whatsoever, but I think the world is going nuts. Not the world, there's a few people out there that claim that it's the majority, but the majority of people, they're decent people, law-abiding. They don't get the grease like the ones that committing crime. They blow it all out of proportion. The news media we have today, propagandists like some of the Russian propaganda, they put out some pretty good stuff on news media. You got to take with a grain of salt, to know what's going on, what's the fact and what's the propaganda to make news to sell.
You're talking about when you got electricity. I think I must have been about, probably anywhere from 1936, 37, something like that. We had gas in our house, and it was those things that hung down from the ceiling, and it had little mantle things on it, and if those things got hot and you just barely touched them, they shattered. And our first ice box was refrigeration with a Servo Electrolux, and it was run by gas. And
except you had electric to run the motors. Well, it had electric likewise.
Well,
it was also the compressor was run by gas.
Well, they told me it was run by gas. And
it was the compressor was it done
the
freezing, but
that did the freezing, and
you also had electric to blow the fans and things.
We thought that was so wonderful to have ice.
Still had it when I moved into the operation.
We,
You didn't have no indoor plumbing and outdoor plumbing and.
that's right. And our first, water inside the house was, Dad put a pump in some way out of the well. We pumped it and the, kitchen was there where Grandma's bedroom is in the old house, and, it was the pump was behind that door in her bedroom, and Dad made a sink out of old tin. It was ugly, old thing, and where in the world he drains the thing, I don't know. Down the back of the alley, I suppose. But then eventually they took that room, made a bedroom out of it, made the kitchen out on the.
Well, they put water in there when I helped dig the line for the lay the water line from the meter to the house, and this is when Jeannie with a baby.
Yeah.
This is when they got water in the house.
All right, that's 1948.
And eventually put indoor bathrooms in there, and
That's
you still
right.
had an old outdoor toilet cut over
Open
the
to
sewer line, and it stunk like, you know what, like, you know what it smelled like awful. But eventually they took and rearranged the part of the house, one bedroom, they petitioned it off, and what I have to do.